It's crispy, it's flaky, juicy, tender, but most importantly, it's delicious. Everyone loves fried chicken. Today we're going to make a recipe inspired by Snoop Dogg, where we put potato chips in the dredge. So come with me and let's drop it like it's hot. So we're gonna start with some boneless skin on chicken legs and thighs. Not much to them, just your regular chicken. To that, we're gonna add 2% salt. That means that for every kilo of chicken, we'll be adding 20 grams of salt. This is called a dry brine. And what we're trying to do here is to make sure that salt penetrates and really gets into the flesh. Once our chicken is completely covered with salt and you can't see any more of the salt, we're going to cover it with plastic wrap. We want to make sure the plastic wrap is on firmly so no air gets into the mixing bowl and our chicken dries out. For that, we're going to set it aside and let it rest on the counter for about an hour or so. I know what you're thinking. Ew, that's gross. You can't leave chicken sitting out for an hour. Well, let me tell you, it's going to be so much more delicious. The chicken's going to temper. It's not going to cool down your roll when you drop it in. It's going to cook more evenly. Trust me on this one. It is going to be worth it. And no, you're not going to die if your chicken sits out for an hour. Alright? Let's fry this bird up. Here we have half a cup of potato chips, 1 cup of all-purpose flour. To that, we're going to add a little bit of salt just to season that dredge. And then we're going to take our crumbled potato chips, any flavor you want really, and add them to our flour. We're going to give a little tossy toss, mixy mix. Make sure it's all well incorporated. Don't worry if you still have crumbs on the counter, just like I did there. We're going to grab them, toss them right back into the dredge. In a separate mixing bowl, or you can use the same one as you did for the chips like I did here, we're going to add 1.5 cups of plain old buttermilk. We're going to take our chicken. We want to make sure we have a dry hand and a wet hand. With a wet hand, we're going to take our chicken, dip it in the buttermilk, 1 piece at a time, make sure it's completely covered. I said 1 piece at a time, I know. Do as I say, not as I do. Once we have a few pieces of chicken completely covered in buttermilk, we're going to put them in the flour, and with our dry hand, we're going to start adding flour on top and really patting it down. We want to make sure our chicken is completely covered with that dredge, because we're really after those crispy bits that we're only going to achieve if our chicken is completely covered with that dredge. So what we're trying to do is really make sure no piece of chicken is left naked. You want to work in batches. So right here I'm doing 3 pieces of chicken at a time because that's the amount that my pot of foil will hold up without cooling down too much. Onto the fun part. Now we're going to take our dredged chicken and we're gently going to lower it into oil that's been preheated to 370 degrees. We want to cook this chicken at 350 degrees, but the oil is going to cool down a little bit once you drop the chicken. We want to fry our chicken anywhere from 7 to 10 minutes or until golden brown. After our chicken has been bathing in that hot oil 7 to 10 minutes and it looks golden brown like this, we're going to put it on a cooling rack just like this. We want to cool it down on a cooling rack so the bottom of our chicken doesn't get soggy. We're going to season generously with salt and any other seasoning you'd like to add to your chicken. I'm sorry, did anyone say crispy? I think Snoop Dogg would agree, that's pretty damn crispy. Now let's check out the juiciness. Oh yeah, see that juice dripping down my finger? That's juiciness at its best. So there you have it. Whether you like it saucy, in a sandwich, by itself, or any other way. Now you know how to make delicious fried chicken. Comment below what you think I should make next. Thanks for watching, like this video, and I'll see you soon.